Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today's episode is a really great strategy that I think you can implement right away. I want to save you years of frustration with this one simple idea. Your child does not have to love a food to learn to eat it. And while that is, of course, our goal, we want kids to learn to love the foods that we're making. And of course, we love for them to ask for it and request it. But the truth is, not everybody is going to love everything, and that's okay. But think about this. The second that kids take a bite, what are you asking them? Usually, do you like it? Is it yummy? Do you love it? Sometimes without realizing, we've taught kids that food kind of fits into one of two categories. I love it, it's great, or I hate it. But that's not actually how adults eat. Think about your own life. Do you love brushing your teeth? Probably not. Do you love folding laundry? Probably not, although personally, I do sometimes enjoy it at times. But do we still do those things? Of course we do, right? Think about now food. Are there foods that you genuinely love? Of course, but there's also things that are just okay or just fine. We might do them because that's what's available. That's what's convenient. That's what's healthy, right? So sometimes we do make choices about food or even things that we are doing because it fits a certain situation. Like what we have in our refrigerator. Sometimes I eat something because I know it will keep me full and I know I have a long day ahead of me, not because it's my favorite. I don't need every meal to be the best meal I've ever had. And I think that's a really important mindset that we need to model for our kids. In fact, just the other day, I grabbed one of those the overnight oat cups from my fridge. It's not my favorite breakfast. And if I had unlimited time, I would have made something different. I know overnight oats are really big and popular. I've tried making them. They're just not my favorite. I like other things better. But that exact moment, you have to think, okay, are there any foods I'm eating that are just okay? And am I actually sharing that aloud with my kids? I ate it because I was busy and it was quick and convenient. That's why I actually have them in my fridge. I don't buy them because they're my absolute favorite thing. I buy them because they're convenient and I know in a pinch in the morning, I can eat it and it's just okay. So that's what I did. I ate it and it was good enough. And I actually think it's a phrase parents should start saying out loud. It's not my favorite, but it's good enough. Because children are always watching us, they're always listening to us. And if they only ever hear us rave about food, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You really should try this. This is the best. Oh, you are going to love this. They start believing that if a food isn't amazing, it might not be worth eating. But life certainly does not work that way. And neither does feeding, of course. So here is one small change I'd love for you to make this week. Stop asking the question, do you like it? Instead, get curious. Try asking them different things or nothing. But you can ask, what did you notice? What does it remind you of? Is it crunchy or soft? What surprised you? These questions will take the pressure off. Your child doesn't have to make a final decision after one bite. And I would really encourage you to dissuade them from making that distinction. You tried it once. That doesn't mean you like it or you don't like it. It just means that you have information about one time that you tried something. That's all you know. So on this time that you tried it, you can tell me how you felt about it. That doesn't mean we're never going to try it again, right? And if a food is just okay, that's something that we can incorporate and make part of more of a regular thing that they're exposed to. At least gather the information, right? You're getting information back from them about the food. So when you're curious about this, you're going to get that feedback. Oh, I noticed he says things are wet a lot. That seems to be a deterrent for him. He doesn't like things that are wet, right? So you might start to see patterns. the more you gather this information. Okay. Another phrase I love, you're learning about that food. That's what they are doing. Not see you like it, right? I told you, just, yeah, you're still learning about it. So if they like it, great. But I wouldn't make it all about liking it. I would still make it, oh, okay. So today you liked it. You're learning about that food. That's great. Okay. This gives them permission to be unsure. And honestly, uncertainty is where some of this learning is going to happen. I want parents to model being flexible. Imagine saying things like this in the morning. This isn't my favorite breakfast, but it'll fill me up. I like this sauce more than the chicken. I'd probably order something different next time. Or even just simply, it's okay. When we model that foods can be just okay, we teach our kids that eating doesn't require excitement. It requires flexibility. And that's really one of our main goals, even in my programs. That's what we have to work on first, is being flexible. And I'm sure some of you are listening and you're like, hey, this is great, but my kid won't even taste the food to tell me anything about it. And that's a very important distinction, because some kids are able to try foods. They just can't get past that point, or they tell you everything tastes terrible. And then on the other side, there's the kids who they're not even tasting the foods yet. They're still afraid to even put it near their mouth, right? So which child is yours, right? So if your child isn't even able to get to the tasting stage, that's not necessarily because they just need to hear you say different words, although it's a small piece of what we are going to be doing in our programs. But you really need to understand why they are not going forward. Is it sensory? Is it anxiety? Is it oral motor challenges? It is a history of painful experiences with food that goes back to when they were an infant with reflux. Because the solution is going to depend on those reasons. And it could be a combination of those reasons. And that's why generic advice like just keep offering it works for some kids and fails others. So today, I don't want your goal to be get your child to love broccoli. I want your goal to be much simpler than that. Just start to help them believe I don't have to love a food to learn to eat it. That's a huge and important life lesson, because the healthiest eaters aren't people who necessarily love every food. They're people who can be flexible with food. Okay? So if you're feeling stuck with this, you think, wow, this is a great concept, but I don't know how to implement it, or my kid can't even taste the food yet, or okay, I get them to taste it and I can't move past that. I have built programs specifically for those two problems. Okay. So the one camp is a little bit more of the typical picky eater, maybe just having trouble moving past that hump of tasting, which is where we have our next bite plan program, which is more do it yourself, watch the lessons, read the lessons, implement the lessons, and your kids should start moving forward. The other one is our very deep dive evaluation for more fearful eaters, more stuck eaters who are very inflexible. And that is our Unlocking Mealtimes program. So if you're not sure where your child belongs or where they should start, go to thepickyeaterstest.com and your quiz there will guide you to the next right step. Okay, thanks so much for listening. And we will see you in the next episode later this month. Have a good one.